French is one of the fastest growing languages in the world, but most of its growth is not happening in Europe. How many people speak French, and where is it spoken? There are nearly 300 million French speakers in the world, making it the fifth most spoken language overall. French has about 77 million native speakers, 60 million of which are in France. Let's take a look at the history of French to see how it developed. French is a Romance language, along with Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, and others, which means it derives from Vulgar Latin, the common language of the Romans. French evolved from the Gallo-Romance dialects of northern France and replaced Latin as the government's official language in 1539. Today, there are around 63 million French speakers in France. In Europe, French is also an official language of Belgium, Luxembourg, and Switzerland. It's one of the working languages of both the EU and the United Nations. French is the third most spoken mother tongue in Europe after Russian and German. There are 10 million French speakers in Canada, where it's an official language along with English. An additional 2 million French speakers live in the United States, primarily in the New England states closest to the Canadian border. Louisiana has a contingent of French speakers, as well as speakers of the French variety Haitian Creole. The state was a popular destination for immigrants from Haiti in the late 1900s. Haiti itself is home to about 11 million French and Haitian Creole speakers due to French colonization of the island in the 17th century. In South America, French Guiana is an overseas territory of France and is home to a few 100,000 speakers. The continent with the largest population of French speakers is Africa, which is home to about half of the world's francophones. This isn't that big of a surprise, considering the French colonization of Africa, which started in the 1600s and continued in some areas until the 1800s. Even to this day, French is the sole official language of 11 African countries and a second official language of 10 others. It's also a lingua franca for much of Africa because so many different languages are spoken across the continent. Remnants of colonization can also be found in Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand, where there are significant French-speaking populations. There are also over 2 million French speakers in Lebanon and a handful in Syria. Due to massive population growth in Africa, French is one of the fastest-growing languages in the world. One study projected the number of French speakers could reach 700 million by 2050. This enormous expansion is reason enough to learn the language. But if you need another, it's often considered one of the most romantic languages in the world.